After months of relentless bombings and heartbreaking loss, Gaza wakes up to a fragile but hopeful silence. The ceasefire, brokered by international mediators, has finally taken effect. For the first time in months, the sky is free from the sound of drones and fighter jets. Families who spent nights in fear and shelters now step out cautiously, breathing in the air of freedom. Streets once covered in dust and debris echo with the hesitant footsteps of people returning home, unsure what they'll find, but grateful that the guns have gone quiet. Yet behind this calm lies immense suffering. Thousands of civilians have lost their homes, and entire neighborhoods have vanished under the rubble. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and aid workers describe scenes of unimaginable devastation. Every family carries a story of loss: a father, a child, a home. Still, amid the ruins, there is resilience. People are determined to rebuild, even when there is little left to rebuild with. The ceasefire is not just a pause in fighting, it's a fragile opportunity to start again. As displaced families return, they carry only memories and a few belongings. Some travel on foot, others on carts and bicycles, making their way through shattered streets toward what was once home. Many are met with heartbreaking sights: collapsed buildings, burned-out vehicles, and roads filled with debris. Children search for familiar landmarks while parents silently hold back tears. Yet even among the ruins, there is a quiet sense of relief. They have survived, and that in itself feels like a miracle. The return is painful, but it marks a new beginning after months of despair. Around the world, leaders welcome the ceasefire as a step toward peace. The United Nations calls it a crucial opportunity for humanitarian access, while aid organizations rush to deliver food, water, and medical supplies. In Washington, London, and Brussels, officials stress that the ceasefire must be respected by all sides. But there is skepticism too. Many fear it may be temporary, another short pause in a cycle of violence that has repeated for generations. Still, the world urges hope and restraint. For Gazans, the challenge now shifts from survival to recovery. Rebuilding homes, hospitals, and schools will take years, perhaps decades. The blockade still limits access to construction materials, and unemployment remains painfully high. Engineers and volunteers work tirelessly to clear debris, while families salvage whatever they can: a door, a window frame, a photograph buried in the dust. Every brick laid back in place becomes an act of defiance, a small victory against destruction. The road ahead is long, but the spirit of Gaza endures. Among the most affected are Gaza's children, the youngest victims of this conflict. Many have lost parents, siblings, or friends. Schools are damaged, playgrounds destroyed, and trauma lingers in their eyes. Yet as the ceasefire holds, children begin to play again, chasing balls through the broken streets, laughing softly as if rediscovering joy itself. Psychologists warn that mental scars may last for years, but teachers and aid workers are determined to restore hope and a sense of normal life. In the narrow lanes of Gaza City, voices of survival echo through the ruins. "We've lost everything," says Fatima, a mother of 4, "but we still have life, and that's enough to start over." Nearby, an elderly man sweeps dust from the remains of his shop, whispering, "This is our land. We rebuild every time they destroy." These words reflect the unbreakable resilience of the Gazan people: courage in the face of despair, faith amid chaos. Across the border, humanitarian aid is finally flowing in. Trucks loaded with flour, medicine, and fuel cross into Gaza through the Rafah checkpoint. Relief workers distribute clean water and food packages to families who have gone weeks without essentials. Medical tents rise near destroyed hospitals, and volunteers treat the wounded under makeshift shelters. The world watches as humanitarian teams struggle to meet overwhelming needs. Every small gesture, a loaf of bread, a bottle of water, a warm blanket, becomes a symbol of care and humanity in a land exhausted by war. Despite the ceasefire, fear still lingers. Gazans know too well that peace here has never been permanent. Many worry that violence could return at any moment. Yet, for now, there is a fragile sense of unity. Calls for political reconciliation grow louder, and both sides face pressure to turn this truce into something lasting. For ordinary Gazans, peace isn't merely the absence of bombs, it's the presence of dignity, safety, and the hope that their children can grow up without the constant fear of war. As the sun sets over Gaza, the orange sky reflects off broken windows and cracked walls. The air is still, the silence heavy but peaceful. Lights flicker on in a few surviving homes. Families gather, share bread, tell stories, and offer quiet prayers of thanks. The future remains uncertain, but faith remains unbroken. The ceasefire may be fragile, but it opens a doorway, a chance for healing, rebuilding, and maybe, a lasting peace. Gaza has seen countless nights of darkness, but even here, dawn always returns. The world's cameras capture these moments, children smiling beside shattered walls, women collecting water, men rebuilding homes from ruins. These images tell a story not just of suffering, but of strength. The resilience of Gaza is a reminder to all. No matter how deep the wounds, humanity endures. Every ceasefire is a chance to hope again, to believe that the cycle of destruction can finally end. As the world watches, Gaza stands, wounded but unbroken, fragile but proud. In the quiet streets, beneath the soft glow of the rising sun, a new chapter begins, one written not with fear, but with hope for tomorrow.